Good evening, and welcome to the Reel McCoy. I'm your host, Meffistoe, and always with me, my hetero life mate. Oh, my feelings. How are you, sir?
Feeling good. Feeling pretty good. How you doing, bud?
I'm good. What is the Reel McCoy, you might ask? The Reel McCoy is your weekly movie podcast where we ask you to go watch a movie, watch it, come back to us, and we break it down for you. This month is your December to Dismember as we go through horror films that are Christmas themes. And to help us out with that is HorrorAmorata.
Yay.
And the movie in question, with all the controversy behind it, is Silent Night, Deadly Night. I've seen it. I think I saw it way back when I was a kid. Completely forgot it existed. The one thing that triggered my spidey sense was the old man in the rocking chair. Now, I have a question because you guys are more aficionados.
Yep, go ahead.
Is he the same dude that tells the story in the original, well, not in the John Carpenter Fog?
I don't believe so, but if you look at him, he does look like a mixture of several celebrities mashed together. Especially from the 80s.
I guess so. All right. Silent Deadly Night. Oh, my feelings. How many times have you watched it this week?
3 times, because oddly, the full uncut Blu-ray version was up for free on YouTube.
Oh.
Interesting.
So it's like, that's very interesting because you get to see the exact cuts when we'll talk about missing scenes in a minute.
Okay, no problems. Amrata?
Once. That was all I could get to this time, unfortunately.
It's fine. It's all good. It's sort of, I count this one as a sort of a first-time viewing. Like I said, I kind of remembered watching this movie, and I did confuse this title with a different title because if you remember all my feelings, I did say that Fran Drescher gets burned alive in this one. It's not in this one.
Nope,
It's a
not this
different
one.
movie.
Different one.
I made a mistake. So let's say hello to the chat. Let's say hello to Jillian and Griffin, Krampus Jeebus. Oh yeah. Afternoon or evening to Juliet and all the rest of the lurkers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sit back, relax, because it is time for our first segment of the night. It is called Behind the Screens.
Sound production, take 2.
Oh, Billy. Oh, Billy. All right, Behind the Screens is where we turn to all my feelings, get the lowdown on everything that is behind the scenes. Take it away, dude.
To start, I thought that you would find this interesting, Meph, because I don't know if you remembered who our villain was last week.
Billy.
Also Billy, yes.
Yeah, Billy.
And the two tie in together so much because, again, it was supposed to be Silent Night, Bloody Night. Then they rename back to Black Christmas on the release. That's why I went from this to Silent Night, Deadly Night in our pick choice. Also because Silent Night, Deadly Night has the most infamous poster of early 80s horror, outside of obviously Nightmare on Elm Street, which, oddly enough, to start off, Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, in this film, debuted on the same day.
Yes.
And this film beat it.
Yeah. On the first day, it beat it. Yeah. On the
Wow.
first day, it beat it. Yeah.
Yes. But then moving on, we'll move on to
I have the poster as the thumbnail.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it has to be the one where he's climbing down the chimney with the double axe. Yeah. So originally the concept was just an idea that Scott Schneid, the producer, wanted. It's like he wanted kind of a film that was a thriller that was based off of the concept of Christmas. And so he gave out the concept idea to various different mediums and everything. And he got back a whole bunch of different short stories. And one of them he got was He Sees You When You're Sleeping.
Okay, sounds like another different horror movie that I kind of know, but don't remember.
No, and he was impressed by it, and that was actually written by the summa cum laude major valedictorian from Harvard University wrote as a lark.
What?
What the medical cum laude, like the highest academic accolades from Harvard University?
Yeah, I know what it is. Is it somebody I know?
No. He's actually never mentioned again. No.
Okay.
But so
Some Harvard guy. Okay.
Yeah. So they took the idea, and then he got Michael Hickey to come in to adapt a screenplay based off of it.
Okay.
Then Schneid dropped out, so Michael Hickey took it to TriStar, and TriStar was interested in the project.
All right.
So that's where he got the funding from.
Okay.
And it was under the original name Sleigh Ride.
Yes, that's what I have too.
Yes. Written exactly as you would do, a pun, obviously.
I need to look that up.
Yes, and from what I gathered, and it's so hard to gather information that is not like from the almighty IMDb source. I hate that fucking website. Sleigh Ride actually was referencing that sleigh ride scene. Apparently, I don't know why, but okay. The sleigh ride with the chopped head.
Oh, don't
I
don't have anything about that, but
like I said, stupid information.
So anyway, when TriStar got their hands on it, some of the additional producers that came in, including Ida Remniri, who actually is the name of Ida's Toys, based after him.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
the store is named. Yeah. Anyway, they actually wanted new kind of directors to come in. They wanted a new fresh blood to make it like the next kind of big horror franchise. The first name they wanted Meph, you're gonna love it.
I know it.
They wanted Sam Raimi,
Sam Raimi.
Oh,
Yeah.
which
That
would
They
have
could've
wanted
been
Sam
interesting.
Raimi to do it.
it would have been a very different movie.
yeah.
There would have been a car. Bruce Campbell's gonna be in
In
it.
it. No, Bruce Campbell would have been Billy. 100% would have been Billy.
100%.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Naughty.
No, you know what? Bruce Campbell would have been like the sheriff, and Ted Raimi would have been the killer. Would have been Billy.
Oh, I can kind of see that. Yeah.
Because this is what 84, right? So
Yeah.
maybe.
So when they were shooting principal photography, they had to rush it so fast because it was during March and April in Utah, and the snow was
Oh.
starting to melt. So they had to rush all the exterior shots like to get it done because it's Christmas. It's over. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what? Before it flashed Utah and the time, it started off with the parents driving, right?
Yeah.
And there's a big mountain at the background. Now, our friend Shags Amorata does these
I know Shags.
streaming, like car streaming stuff that he does, and he always has these mountains in the back. The movie starts, and I was like, "Are they in Utah?" And when it says Utah, I was like, "Oh my god. I have to thank Shags for this." All
Yeah,
right,
I've
and
actually
continue.
been to the town Shags is in, so yeah, it does. You're right. It does look a lot like that area.
What was it?
All right.
Was the sky blue and all the leaves were green?
No, thank you.
And
No,
also,
the
that's
mountain.
one a big thing that comes up later. I'm gonna bring up now because Meph, you're gonna love this. That's why Matt Stone and Trey Parker had them dismantle the snowman with the pickaxe because of the scene when he takes the
Oh.
axe to the snowman.
Okay.
It's a reference to this movie.
Hmm.
See, this is how you do homage, like subtly and great, and you do it without like, oh look, this is this.
It's
I like
obviously this movie.
Yeah.
So, the orphanage was an abandoned schoolhouse. They retrofitted for it, and then after filming was completely done, they demolished it.
The entire house?
Yep, done.
Okay. Well, with all the controversy that was attached to it,
Oh boy, we're gonna get to that.
I'm not sure they wanted that building there for like photo ops and stuff.
Yeah. So we mentioned that they wanted a new like hot shot director. Instead, they brought in Charles E. Sellier Jr.
That I've never heard about this man.
He had worked on two, like a television series and a film, and that was it. But he was more of a known name director. He at least had some kind of credits underneath him. So TriStar was more comfortable with him. So with that, he was so uncomfortable shooting murder shots that the editing director had to come in and film for him because he
Lame.
just couldn't stand it.
Even I'm like lame.
Why? What?
Yeah.
So the majority
There are other words I can use that I don't like YouTube doesn't like me to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was lame.
With the budget being so low, the majority of the actors were locals.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Including our titular character, Robert Brian Wilson, who was a local theater actor, and the director saw him in a local stage production of Oklahoma and cast him on the spot.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, sure, he's a killer.
To be fair, he's the best actor there, but he's the most believable.
He is up there. Yeah.
He's the most believable actor there. And I include like the sister and the Muslim superior and the toy shop owner.
Mr.
Holy
Sims,
hell.
yeah.
Oh my god. Ugh.
So during post-production, the name was changed from Sleigh Ride to Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Okay.
they wanted to actually move in on the property that was previously going to be made before this was going to be another sequel of Black Christmas that was actually going to utilize the original Silent Night, Bloody Night. So they wanted to get in on that.
So they kind of homaged it a little bit. Yeah.
No, they kind of stole the thunder.
Well, yeah.
So, oh boy. Now let's talk about the score for a second.
Yeah. I have notes on that guy too. Okay.
So, Perry Botkins, if you couldn't tell, a lot of it's very manic.
Mm.
And it's
a little bit.
And it's a little bit to the point where, oh my God, did you get this guy just literally just listened to Christmas music and then just did like 14 lines of blow and stayed up for like 48 hours straight? Pretty much.
That sounds like how they did things back in the 80s. That sounds completely accurate.
It's acceptable in the 80s.
Well, it seems like he was trying to cross like Christmas music and Psycho in the shower scene.
a little bit
together and
but
somehow make it work.
But also he composed it in such a very, very odd way that it's almost about like, why would you ever do this? He got an early like Betamax edit of the film and he watched it while he composed the music.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
completely ass backwards.
Way,
like it makes no sense.
Odd way of doing things. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, Paul, for your note there, yes, that is.
All right.
Yeah. So, so we talked about the. You mentioned the poster before.
Yes.
Boot Klager was brought on by TriStar to not only create the infamous poster of Santa Claus going down the chimney with the arm hanging over holding the axe, but several other posters and also very, very infamous and derogatory taglines to other horror franchises.
Oh my.
Oh, tell me.
You've survived Halloween.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
So now we're going to move right into directly
controversy.
into a little bit of the controversy. So
controversy. Sorry.
What's so interesting is the fact that this film got pegged for basically like displaying a killer Santa, even though the original Tales from the Crypt film had, and actually the show later did an episode about it, of a segment about a killer Santa who was an escaped mental patient.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was actually a film in 1980 called Christmas Evil that had a killer Santa in it. But none of them received any controversy whatsoever. But this one, because nailed to the wall.
Yeah, because Tales from the Crypt was already like sort of on thin ice with everything that they did. I want to just mention this. Are you a fan of Critical Drinker? I do listen to Critical Drinker's reviews. I do tend to wait till I make a review about a movie and then listen to him, like I do most things, because I want my opinion to be as pure as possible. Otherwise, Drinker's pretty good. All right.
I do have one thing to add.
Sure.
If I can,
Yeah, sure.
and it's going to be something that My Feelings wouldn't have known, because I doubt he's read the book. But there is an author called Grady Hendrix, and he wrote a book called The Final Girl Support Group. And I didn't realize until I watched this movie that one of the actual girl, because it's a book told in first person, and the girl who tells the story in the book actually survives the same kind of events as what occurs in Silent Night, Deadly Night. I was trying to locate my copy to see if I could see if he called it, because I want to say he called it Sleigh Ride in the book.
He did. And they do so in the movie.
Nice.
Not to spoil this already, but the final girl, there is a final girl, kind of, and she is kind of maybe a known virgin.
Well, final girl support group, she goes through the entire book not really considering herself a final girl.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough. It's a good book.
Do you want to save it for when we get to it at the end? Because
I will call out the things.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we'll save it. We'll save
the controversy. Okay. So initially, TriStar was actually more concerned about the possibility of there being a controversy with the Catholic Church, given the fact that they are showing nuns. So they actually had a strict limited release in mostly Protestant Midwest towns.
Okay, I get it.
Before they actually did a full release on the mostly Catholic Northeast. Yep. So, but when it was released, to get the controversy stuff, the PTA fought to have the film removed.
Shocking.
And there were so many protests outside of major theaters that included mostly people just singing Christmas carols.
That's great.
Don't know how you thought that was gonna deflect from it, but okay, all right.
That just adds to the atmosphere. Are you kidding me?
Mean,
it's that mentality of we'll pray the gay away kind of a thing.
No, but also
like church
in so many ways, I'm thinking of when Matt Stone and Trey Parker. That's where they got the idea from to host their fake protest for Cannibal, was because of this movie. Outside of theaters when they did small limited releases.
Kevin Smith did the same, where he literally went with him and Scott Mosier went on the picket line with signs that they made. He said it on an interview. It's like, I had glitter all over it. It was great. It's like, we want Kevin Smith's head. We want him fired and out of Hollywood, all that stuff. And they literally stood in line, and they were so convincing that Kevin Smith got interviewed for the 9 o'clock news.
Oh my
and
God.
Said that the movie is horrible and it should be banned and Kevin Smith should be locked away in prison.
It's interesting that you bring that. The comedian Doug Stanhope, that happened to him earlier on in his career when a local bit, because he was working on the Man Show then, and by the way, he hated working on that show. It was just a paycheck for him. But he was like, no, he's such a misogynist, and he was actually outside with the picketers. Nobody knew who he was, and local TV actually interviewed him trying to picket his own comedy show.
Yeah, it's so funny because it's fun for them. It's fun for them to do.
Yeah. But with the protests, they actually worked.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it was 6 days after the initial screening when the major backers, one of them, oddly enough, this was back when HBO wasn't doing their own thing. They were actually working with major studios. So they were like, no, we have to pull the plug on this. So they pulled all advertisements. All done.
Yeah.
And then it was it 2 or 3 weeks later, all screenings were pulled.
Yeah, and I think TriStar even said that at the rate that we're going in the box office, they would have probably hit around 20 million-ish.
Wow.
Which, it's 1984. It's a horror movie. And they didn't, the budget wasn't big.
I think the budget was only $750,000.
750, 760, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a successful movie, money-wise. Yeah. Plus, they killed it at the home, at the VHS.
The VHS and home sales, were through the roof. It's especially you have to give the majority of that credit to Burt Klager. With that box office, the theater poster art, it's brilliant.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
The last note that I kind of have before going into the movie is so there were initially 6 minutes of the film that were cut. So initially the theatrical release was only 79 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were
down
cut
from 85.
85, yeah. Because
Yeah.
they were afraid that they were going to get an X rating.
Yeah.
Which is a death sentence,
Yeah.
So, but what's interesting is if you watch anything that's the more modern kind of like DVD or Blu-ray releases, they only have everything included with those scenes. And it's very easy to tell because there is a stunning drop in quality.
There are moments where you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
And I was doing a double take. I stopped it for a little bit and then like played back because sometimes it kind of messes up on the player. And no, there are scenes that, especially in the like Billy chase scenes, then it goes off as if it's patched in or something.
Well, and there's the entire party scene where there are several instances where it just like the film grain goes from clear to blurred, where you're like, whoa, that's really jarring.
And I know it's a little bit graphic, but on my copy, there's that scene where Billy looks through the when I think when he dreams about the girl in the toy store, there's a shot that starts with his legs and it goes up to them. You can see the hairs on his ass and he's a blonde.
Yeah.
So it was that clear on my fucking copy. And then it went to, this is like a VHS Betamax level tape. Yeah. What the fuck happened?
It's very jarring in certain places.
And hello, Sander. Hello. Welcome. All right, cool. I thought we would be like stop at about 15 minutes because I had so little notes.
Yeah.
It was so hard to get anything that it was like worthwhile. I got a lot of the PTA here and the angry parents of whatever Chicago. There's an interview where one of the producers or one of the rights holders said that technically Columbia or TriStar was owned by Coca-Cola, like the head, like the mother company was Coca-Cola, so they didn't want to offend Coca-Cola because Santa is basically,
Yeah.
that
Well,
kind of a deal.
Santa
And
really
Coca-Cola
wasn't
did not want anything to do with any controversy of any kind to any product that they owned. So it could have been that was the main issue of like, there's a lot of angry parents. There's a lot of angry Catholic priests that were angry.
Well, there's also
fine. We did we'll do the money on.
I was
gonna
say there's one other thing that's really funny was the Roger Ebert review is just go back and watch it. It is chef's kiss. It is one of the funniest things.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's start with you know what? Let's start with the game. Okay, let's do a game and just a little palate cleanser. It is Missing Marquee. Missing Marquee for the uninitiated is where we take 10 posters of movies, have their text written off, we display them, and HorrorAmorata, and of course the chat will have to guess which movie this is. Let's go.
Oh, Independence Day.
Independence Day. This one's a bit of a tough one.
Stand By Me?
Yep.
Stand By Me is correct.
Oh, it's so bad.
This is one of those ones that I should know, but I don't because I don't think I watched the movie.
You probably haven't watched the movie, but
James already got it. Yeah, it's Black.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch it.
Don't worry about it.
I knew the
Don't
character
worry
was
about it.
Black Widow, but I was like, what movie is that? I don't know.
Black Widow.
they released her film after she died. Okay.
Carrie.
Carrie is correct.
2 Stephen Kings.
Yeah.
Yep. This is an Italian film, but it is real good. Oh, there
know this one.
James
Cinema
got
Paradiso.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinema Paradiso.
I never got
No,
that.
it's not. Life is Beautiful. Has no Roberto Benigni.
What
Terrible
everyone
Bosses.
has. Yep.
Terrible Bosses is correct.
I know I actually like this movie, but I'm trying to remember. What is it?
The first one's all right. The second one's like
I don't think I ever saw the second one.
it's meh.
James, we're not going to get pedantic on the adjective.
Yeah, Paul's got it. It was going to take me forever to remember that. I did enjoy the first one though. Oh, Legend.
Legend is correct.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Correct.
Oh,
this one's tough.
I know this one. I love this one. It's Big Trouble.
No, it's in the vein of Big Trouble in Little China.
Something Trouble.
No.
I really like this movie. It's a really good movie.
Well, yeah, there is trouble in this. Yes. Kind of. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Come on, you're close.
I know I am, and that's the problem.
It's not Fletch 2, which is Fletch Lives.
Yeah.
I think he's
like
one after it.
Something. I'm not going to remember
stomped.
Now.
Nothing But Trouble.
There you go.
Nothing But Trouble.
It's a hilarious movie. I love that one.
Yeah. Kind of like the heyday of Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
It was full of coke. Admittedly, he admitted it. I thought it was like he was just crazy and trying to channel Buster Keaton, but no. Oh no, he was like real hot.
Just ripped to the gills. That's
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't think he was the guy, but apparently he was the guy.
I have no doubt he was the guy.
Well, and to be fair, also, it wasn't the cocaine that made him an asshole. He was still an asshole after he stopped doing coke. So,
yeah, kind of.
I don't have to work with him, so as long as he's funny, I don't care.
That's fair.
I think so. All right, so Christmas Eve, 1971. Family of 4. You know, your regular old family. I like the fact that the baby is not in a baby chair, but it's 1971, so there's no seatbelt rule. And
well, yeah, I noticed that none of them were wearing seatbelts either.
No.
Yep. The defense mechanism was the parent shooting their arm out across the kid.
It's stop short.
No, hey, he stole my move.
He stole my move. But the setup here is basically with Billy as he.
Side note: that kid is adorable and also probably the most genuine like child actor who's like he's innocent enough where it's not grating, and he has that tone where if you're with your niece or nephew or your son or whatever, they have that and it's like, man, Santa Claus coming. That very like almost innocent like question where it's still just like, I swear to God, I have to answer this question one more goddamn time.
but that was he's like, can we get back home so we can get the fucking
so I can be in bed so I'm not naughty so I get my presents.
Yeah, and what they do is they go to visit the grandpa in this home or like a mental facility actually, and the boy realizes, yeah, the grandpa doesn't talk. So why are we here?
He's asking the legit question, like, why did we come here? He doesn't even know we're here. Why are we here? Come on.
but that's the most kid thing to say is like, wait a minute, he can't talk. He doesn't hear us. Why are we here? We need to be home. It's Christmas. Damn it.
But also with that too, I love there are subtle little setups and payoffs in the film too, just in the narrative itself and in the dialogue, because it's even when Ellie tells Billy Santa Claus is going to bring you a big surprise tonight. She wasn't wrong.
Yeah. So James says, which Billy was scarier, the one from Silent Night or the one from Black Christmas?
Oh, Black Christmas.
Scarier?
Hmm.
I think Black Christmas.
Because that Billy was an unhinged psychopath.
Yeah, it was all fucked up. He's got Agnes in his brain. He's got his dead parents in his brain. It's all craziness up there.
Well, and you have the incest issues, and yeah.
But this Billy was like,
this Billy was just traumatized. Let's be fair. He was just traumatized as a kid.
He had complete PTSD, and it just came to a point where he snapped.
Well, and it didn't help too. The people that were trying to help him with Mother Superior that we're going to get to is just only reinforces his trauma, where it's like, no, you're supposed to help him cope and deal with this trauma that Sister Margaret was trying to. Instead, no.
Yeah, she just reinforced it. I love the fact that he's just staying there with the grandpa, and the grandpa is suddenly coming to life. Oh, do you remember to be,
Will Hare saying, no, you should be afraid. And also the take that he took where he almost had tears in his eyes.
No.
Like, you have to be afraid. You better run for your life.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor sweet face.
He filled this boy's fucking trauma all the way up to the brim. All the way up. It's like, have you been nice all year? He stressed that all part. And the boy's like, well, not all of it.
No, the little kid,
like, you better run.
Little Billy just shaking his head very, very just meekly, like, no, I guess not.
Because you can't be good all year. You've done a little bit of a bad thing here and there, Drank just a little bit more of that Coke bottle than you should. You would be amazed on what little kids think is naughty and not nice, because they know they're not supposed to do a thing, but they're so compelled to do it because it's just another candy. What kitten, like dad wouldn't know, and then they hide it in the fucking armchair where the dad sits, where they're bound to find it.
This sounds like experience.
Oh, yeah. The rapper shit is, it drives me up the fucking wall, man. I hope.
Or that better. Oh wow, I'm missing $20. All of a sudden, my kid got a new toy today.
Oh, no,
buddy, what?
God, that would be death in my family. Are you kidding me?
That ain't happening because there's no cash in the house. There's no cash in the house. So when they leave Grandpa, that's where the kid.
Oh, also,
Billy is all filled with garbage.
As an aside, give Will Hare the credit as Grandpa too. He'll like move to his just basically just like, I'm going to scare the ever loving shit out of you, child, and now I'm catatonic.
Yeah. Now, what Amrata, what's your theory about the grandpa? Was he like play acting, just people to leave him alone, or what is with Grandpa?
I think he was just sundowning.
So he's Joe Bidening?
Yeah. No, he's catatonic. And then for that brief moment, he has that brief moment of not clarity, but,
lucidity?
Activity. And he sees this kid in front of him. He has a vague idea who the kid is. And all he can think is, I'm going to tell this kid a story. And that's the first thing that pops out.
I'm gonna fuck up your Christmas, kid. Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's think about the leg hair stuff. How many times has Biden rambled out something that just left us all scarred?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. That's enough politics. I just thought it was funny.
Well, I didn't specify Biden. You brought him up.
He's really funny. He's really funny. All right. And then, of course, we get that interaction in the car where the kid, Billy, is freaking out, basically. And the mom and dad are trying to settle him down to make him feel assured that they will go home and he will get his presents, because we're pretty sure you've been really good this year. Trust us.
Well, it's just like, I don't want to see Santa, because Santa's going to come punish me. Where'd you get that from? I got it from Grandpa. Wait, Well,
Oh.
Billy has no reason to lie.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah.
have you met a child before? They
Right.
lie all the time for no reason.
Up to a certain age, kids don't lie. They have no concept. Up till about 5 or 6, they typically don't lie.
Until you
They
give them a
just
reason to
misinterp-
really fear telling the truth. Yeah.
No, not yeah, kind of, but until a certain point, they don't lie. They just misinterpret the truth, what they're seeing. They're processing it incorrectly because they barely have logic. It's strange, but it's true.
Yeah,
So
the Santa that we have here, we're again playing for jokes, and then it's just like, I'm robbing you, asshole, and just murders him.
This is castle doctrine, bitch. This is Utah. So we're doing it. The guy was like, I have a 38 or a 22. Let's go. So Santa shoots him twice and runs away. And he even gets annoyed. It's fucking $31.
No, it's
Dude,
only
you just
$38. Merry fucking Christmas. What?
You just killed the guy for $38.
Mhm.
Holy shit. Well, what is a Santa to do but to let's just wail on this family because why
to attempt to
the hell not?
carjack, then just murder the husband, then attempt to almost sexually assault the wife, and then just murder her?
Yeah, kind of. And all while in fair view of Billy, that is
Billy. And you have little
in the
baby
bushes.
Ricky in the back just
Yeah.
wailing his ass off. And that song, I did love how they did, again, set up and payoff where Billy does have that turn as Santa Claus later, because it's Mr. Sims and Mrs. Randall. They're singing the song that was playing when this happened.
Yeah, and then it's the song that I think it's the song where he snaps or just before, right?
That's when he basically has that
Yeah.
snapping. Yeah.
Can't do this, can't show this.
Yeah.
No. I know it's stupid, but the one thing that came to mind after I saw the notes, and I did see the fact that a lot of these actors were local, it flashed in my mind is that girl is pretty tan for a chick from Utah.
That's fair.
Not in the face. Her complexion matched her body, which is, I was like, okay, move on. So
it was the early 80s. Suntan and sunbeds were all the craze.
I would get it that it's sort of like in ski season. So you said March, April. So it is kind of ski season.
So it would be after the end of
it would
ski
be
season.
her face.
Yeah.
No, it would be her face.
Yeah.
But not like I said, her complexion matched her stomach. I looked at her stomach. It was the same color. And
he's lying. He was just boobs.
I was lying. So Billy has a very interesting painting that he did for Christmas that got sent to the Mother Superior because, it's Santa with nails in him, and he cut off Rudolph's head. Yeah.
Hey, I was like, Rudolph didn't do anything.
Yeah, but why not?
Rudolph didn't save his family either.
The fact that the
maybe
Christmas
if
tree...
Rudolph had his nose so bright, he would be on the side of the road and kill my family that night.
No, the only thing that came to mind, it really is the fact that the Christmas tree was decorated but not burnt for some reason. Like I said,
yeah. Well, you still have to be in the holiday spirit after all.
To be fair, the tree didn't do anything, you know.
Yeah, the tree didn't do anything. Well, it's the green agenda for holiday. Whatever. That's stupid. But I do like the fact that the one sister kind of sticks up for
Sister
Billy.
Margaret,
Yeah, she kind of feels sorry for him, and she has that that back and forth with the Mother Superior, but she has to relent because that's how it works. And I did say to All My Feelings right before you came in, Amrata, that when I watched this movie, I kind of remembered why I have a very healthy dislike for organized religion. Not about people's faith, all right? Not about their faith, but the organized religion system.
Yeah.
Because whatever you saw in this movie that is Catholic based, we have it in Judaism, and there's definitely a part of that in the Islam faith where it's a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
A little bit much for me.
So would that be like Jewish Orthodoxy then?
Yes.
Okay.
Whatever you think about Jewish people with like black hats and
with
the
the curlicues,
yeah.
People who strictly observe the Sabbath, that kind of thing.
It's a bit much.
Hey, also we don't roll on Saturdays.
Yeah, we don't roll on Saturday. Exactly. But then Billy, of course, has the misfortune of watching a couple of, I guess, teenagers
randomly too, where it just kind of stumbles upon them fucking.
Yeah. And I mean, he's fascinated. He is what? He's supposed to be like 10, 9, 10. Because they don't really say his age, but in 71,
because it's 81, so it went to 84, so he'd have to be 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah, I guess somewhere of that age. And I felt sorry for Billy because we already know he has a trauma, and B, the Mother Superior catches him. She doesn't punish him right away. He goes out to play with friends. Seemingly everything's all right, but then
also too
with that belt, and it's like, well, you need
also
to be punished.
Too, Meph, you have to understand that it was Sister Margaret who told him it was okay to go outside.
Oh,
so it wasn't his fault. Where she's like, what? You left your room? Well, like, yes, I did, Mother Superior. Well, like, but I was told by one of the other sisters that I can go outside and play.
Well. You're
gets beaten anyway.
Yeah, to the whip. And to be fair, this is 20 minutes into an hour and 24
minute movie. Yeah.
So 85. I've got the 85-minute cut. And I was like, this is a long ass setup because I already saw where this is going. Because it was so obvious to me. But I thought, okay, it's a short movie. It's a long setup. It's going to be, as soon as it starts happening, it's going to go, well, bam, 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 bam. And it did.
Again, Meph, as we discussed last week, it's now it's so obvious now in retrospect.
Yeah.
But again, the with Mother Superior always constantly just saying that, like, if someone's naughty, they deserve punishment, and punishment is righteous. Punishment is deserved. They have to be punished.
Yeah, and that kind of plays off to why Billy went completely crazy, because it was already the grandfather did the damage. Then the Mother Superior just compounded that extra, we'll call it emotional damage, right?
Emotional damage.
Of the same, and the thing is, it was of the same vein without them interconnecting with each other.
No, it's more reinforcing his way to reconcile what should be done with those who are naughty. Yeah. And it also too tying him to the bed.
Yeah, that was a little bit uncalled for.
A little much. I did love the fact that they, like, Mother Superior's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have him again. What Mother Superior did in a way is a good thing. It's called immersion therapy, where she tried to make him sit on Santa's lap. but not with the way. And also, oh my God, that even little Billy packed quite a wallop, knocked that Santa right on his ass.
He gave him not one, but two, basically two bloody noses. Damn.
Yeah.
But that really sets up Billy as a sort of a strong character, or a physically strong character,
person, yeah.
even as a boy. Because when he's introduced, Sister Margaret goes into this toy shop, and the guy's like, I need you to like get this kid a job. It's like, I don't want this kid. I don't want kids. I want men. And it's like, oh, let me introduce you to Billy, the kid. And
not that Billy kid. No, the Billy kid.
I know.
It's like, oh yeah, he looks like a fucking linebacker. Like, yeah, you can stock shelves. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
You're good. You're good. It goes up from like his feet to his like fucking biceps, and like,
did want to bring
hello.
up a little bit of setup and payoff that actually goes throughout the entire film too. Is that Sister Margaret mentions the fact that it's during Christmas that Billy has these kind of episodes in her first conversation with Mother Superior, where it's like, no, it's clear from the drawing that, hey, these are his triggers. Like, he's having a terrible time, and he's going to be better as soon as Christmas is over.
Mm-hmm.
And it plays into later when it's Christmas time, and his boss Andy, the wannabe R-worder, it's like, why are you acting so weird? You were such a cool guy.
Exactly. Well, James, we kind of missed it, but thank you if you're watching this on a replay. I hope you watched the rest of this. It was fun to have you on, because you sent us a nice little super sticker of this avocado, I'm guessing, right? But thank you for the $5. Appreciate that. That kind of really helps. I really want to thank, by the way, everyone here who's just sitting back and enjoying the show. It really, really helps. Like I did say a couple of weeks ago, I had a really good month of November, and December kind of looks kind of the same. Yes. And it has a lot to do with the regular kind of YouTube thing where you get boosted during November and December because of, extra ads and extra everything. But I'm putting that aside. I really enjoyed having an influx of a lot of people kind of really enjoying these shows in particular, and the rest of the content. So thank you.
Yay.
Just a little thank you. Yeah. It was fun. It's fun to see the payoff. I know Amorata and I are really into like the analytics. I remember with me and my channel, you with your channel, and I love to see that payoff for anybody who starts this stupid endeavor and tries to reach people and just give them a little bit of entertainment.
Exercise and frustration. Oh wait, no.
Yes, correct.
Chat, I just show up and review what Meph says. So
I wanna move a little bit forward where Billy kind of gets into the rhythm of Christmas.
No, he has a montage.
Oh yeah, the montage.
He has a working montage with by far the weirdest song I've ever heard.
I wanted to ask you, what the hell was that montage?
I have no fucking idea. They're just saying like, well, he's a good kid.
It was so, I was waiting for him to like lift weights and start like punching stuff in the snow, something.
No, he's working, helping his coworkers, turning down shots of booze from Andy because he's drinking his milk because he's a good boy.
Yeah, the whole
again with the oddest fucking song. Oh, what was that song?
I don't even remember, but
it sounds like a mix between Kenny Loggins and Bob Seger and like the worst like 80s rock you could ever think of. It's so bad.
I was kind of waiting for Trey Parker to sing "This Is Just a Montage." That's the montage.
I would love to if they could like superimpose montage over that, and it would be perfect.
That's an 80s movie. Did you really expect to get out of it without a montage, though?
That's fair.
This is a horror movie. You didn't have a montage in Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, but in other horror films of that era, yeah, you had montages.
Oh my god.
There are plenty of montages in the 80s. It's what they do.
Well, this is not
Make it
just a
seem like things are
montage.
happening at a celebrated rate.
There are moments where Billy's looking at the store's Santa and he's like having the jitters and this, the sweats. And
Oh, he's having
all
a visible
frozen
fucking
up.
reaction where he's just like, "Yep, so my brain's gonna snap."
Mhm.
There's a point he's looking at like a really cute picture of Santa, like a classic Santa picture with the red dimples and the smile, and it's so jolly and happy. And he's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, let it stop, please. Let it stop. It was, well, I can't show that. Like I said, my copy had a good resolution.
Yes, yeah. What's interesting is there's a little bit of it that's in the initial cut, and there's some that's cut. But you saw the 85-minute version, Meph, so you saw all of it, and
Yes.
hairy ass and all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the hairy ass didn't make it to the 79-minute cut
It
because it was like shot. Well, I don't mind it, but it's a little bit. Why is it here?
but also no.
80s?
Well, but no, but just it's showing the inherent trauma that Billy is going through, where he can't actually disassociate sex from violence, because even in his almost wet dream, I would say, about Pamela, he gets stabbed to death.
Yeah, kind of. And was it Andy that did it? Is it
No,
Andy that?
no, it was just a hang with a knife that stabbed him, but it was the same
okay.
kind of switchblade that slit his mom's throat. So,
oh yeah, he goes back and forth, and the moment where he was in the corner as a kid, he's in the corner as an adult.
don't punish me. Yeah.
Yeah, doing this. It's like I've not been naughty and all that stuff, but yeah. And then of course, he has that weird fight with Andy where it took me out of the movie for a little bit, because Andy's like, what's with the attitude? And I was thinking, he didn't say even a word to you. What attitude are you observing?
Well, they were trying to play off his reaction to the Santa, and apparently he had been acting weirder because of it being around Christmas. So they're kind of the setup and payoff where he only kind of acts in this very manic and disturbed way, just due to the fact that some parents get murdered by Santa Claus.
And then, of course, there is that point where the store owner comes in and he kind of
Mr.
breaks
Sims,
that
yeah.
with the fact that our Santa slipped in the ice, which happens, breaks his ankle or twists his ankle, and Billy needs to be the Santa. Which
You be
is
Santa and try not to scare the little bastards. That's the only direction cue.
and I thought you take a guy with literal PTSD and you put him in a situation where he is the thing he's afraid of the most.
Why wouldn't he just tell his boss, be like, yeah, my parents were murdered by a dude in a Santa Claus outfit. I don't think I can do that for you today, boss.
To be fair, does anybody want to say that kind of thing after it's happened to them? I mean, how do you explain? And not to mention, he's lived through a life where his trauma has been trivialized. So he's been made to feel that he shouldn't express this thing that's happened to him, because he should just be getting over it. So it would make sense that he wouldn't want to then speak it to somebody else, especially not an authority.
There's that
this,
moment.
by the way, is super uncomfortable. That scene is Billy with that little girl saying, why are you doing this? Why are you being naughty? If you don't stop, I'm gonna punish you. It's like, Jesus. And all the you see that the house moms looking at Billy kind of too, like they kind of want a little bit of Santa's candy cane, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's so
kind of.
good with kids. I'm like, have you talked to your children after he saw them? Because that little girl was traumatized as well.
Yeah, the thing is, she is traumatized, but when she leaves, he gently like takes her off.
Throw away. Yeah.
He doesn't like throw her out. He's like, okay, you just
Almost kind of one of
the
the was like a Christmas Story where Ralphie gets the boot in the face.
There's a long tradition of kids being traumatized after they leave Santa.
and not because Santa is a prowler of sorts.
No.
It's just that encounter is weird, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, especially at a young age,
Yeah, it fits kids, but like when you get like 9 years old, a little bit heavier on Santa's lap and kind of weird for you to be there.
Well, I mean, even at a young age, your parents are shoving you at this big guy in a red suit saying, okay, go tell him what you want for Christmas.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on here?
Aren't you trying to keep telling me not to talk to strangers? Now I'm supposed to sit in this kid's lap and tell him what I want? Like, this is weird.
I do like the fact that they lock the doors and suddenly there's like 4 different bottles of liquor.
Mr. Sitz comes up. It's over. It's finally over. It's time to get shit-faced.
Here you go, Billy.
I don't know if you've ever worked retail before, but this is what happens when rush season's over for Christmas break. Like
literally.
Yeah, it's time to go.
I did work in retail. Never had this happen at the end of like, oh, we're going into the holidays. Never happened.
Well, that's it. Well, I don't know, because do you get like Hanukkah rushes? Because we get Christmas rushes, so it's a little bit different.
No, people misunderstand. Hanukkah is not that kind of a holiday. It's really a secular holiday if you really think about it.
I know, but I was just referring to the time of year being that specific moment where that's the only kind of.
It kind of happens twice a year. First in the Jewish New Year, and second right before Passover.
Yeah,
because Passover has a lot of rituals that people do. Mainly is like very thoroughly cleaning the house, because you're not supposed to have bread because you're moving into a week without bread, essentially. It's a whole rigmarole. Not for today. we don't have ever the Christmas rush.
There's no Christmas parties, to put it that way.
No Christmas. Well,
you don't have people rushing out at the last minute to buy gifts for everybody in the family.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's the big difference, because when you have all those, especially when you're talking like the Black Friday thing, you have all these crazy people going out there for all the deals and stuff and trampling each other, and you get to the end of the day and everybody's like, fuck it, hand me a drink.
Yep. But Black Friday and then also like the Christmas Day stuff, where like it's Christmas Eve,
the day after Christmas, especially. Oh boy.
Oh god, day after Christmas was the worst.
See, that's something that I can only observe and absorb from movies. Basically, it's nothing. We have nothing like that. I
was gonna say, oddly, I would think one of the best actual depictions of Black Friday, outside of another just recent horror film that just came out that I know, Meph, you haven't seen, would be I just forgot the name of it. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way.
All the Way.
Yeah. That's an apt interpretation of what the mania is.
Yeah. Literally, the things that happen in that movie have actually happened in real life.
Yeah.
I have seen the movie numerous times, and that's where I got the impression of a holiday rush. Yeah. What a holiday rush is.
It's wow.
Very accurate.
Is it that same time where you have the special gift for Christmas? Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yeah.
Elmo,
that's
the Game Boy Rush. If you
there's
remember,
some kind of
that.
Some years there's that one thing
for the toy for that Christmas.
Yeah, I think Amorata, that was more of like an 80s and 90s and early 2000s thing. Now with the internet, now it's that's kind of gone by the wayside, because there was, remember, like back in 1998, I remember that people were trying to literally punch each other to get a Furby.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you still do kind of have it, because with the PlayStation 5s and everything, you'd have people standing in line, and then when those little Nintendo consoles came out a couple of years ago, you'd have people trying to sneak in all year and try to get one of those, and Black Friday has definitely dispersed itself out over the course of the month now. So you don't have nearly as much of the hectic one-day shopping as you did back in even the early 2000s, late 90s. So that's gotten way easier. But it's still, there's still a little bit of that there.
I would say that it's just as how like Christmas has now just like, oh yeah, by the way, it just took over all of Tickle Me Elmo was a big one, Paul. You're right.
Oh yeah.
But
he says
how
it's probably the peak. Yeah,
how
probably.
Christmas has taken over all of November through December. So it's like, oh yeah, Halloween's over. Time to put
piss
Christmas
me off.
lights
It's
on
approaching
November 2nd.
into October now. You find Christmas decorations halfway through fucking October, and it pisses me off.
I am right there with you. You can fuck off. This is our holiday, goddammit.
I want to be able to go out the day before Halloween and buy all the Halloween decorations I want to. Fuck this.
You don't even want to know what's going on over here.
No.
We're done. We have like 17 million holidays. Once
I
one
noticed.
is done, it's already going. It's already up for the next one.
I think that's why it's kind of cool. I would like to, once everything dies down, eventually visit you and the family over in Israel, just to be like there for a week and be like, so how many holidays can I hit?
Technically, if you're coming at the right time, 4.
Wow.
Jewish New Year, literally Jewish New Year, Day of Atonement, and the next two, which are harder to explain, but it's in a course of like 20 days, you got 4 holidays.
Oh, wow.
Don't even start. Dude, it's like Christmas. Like, think of it. No work in December because of Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Okay? Sort
Damn.
of. Yeah.
Anyway, to the movie. So you can actually see here. Well, this is a perfect.
This is exactly what I... Yeah. Go ahead.
This is clearly one of those shots that were cut, but were put back in because look at the quality. Of it.
Yeah. The colors are off. It looks like a B-roll of something, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a B-roll. You would
or
expect
a daily.
You'd expect the sides to have the film parts in it, or the bottom had the not the numbers.
You're actually you're tracking grain. Yeah,
on tracking
the bottom.
grain. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You would kind of expect to have that, but it's just blurry and stupid.
And it happens a lot, and it's very jarring.
Yeah, even in this point.
Yeah,
you could definitely tell this is something that was off key, or like you, it's one of those things that got brought back, cut and then brought back. At least for the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I'm just moving forward like 20 seconds.
I was gonna say just real quick, that one shot that you saw with I think this was kind of the big turn. This is when Sims and Mrs. Randall, they're singing the song that Billy heard when his parents were murdered. But before that, Mr. Sims is talking to Billy saying, "Oh, well, what are you gonna do, Santa Claus?" It's like, I'm thinking about my parents. Oh, well, a boy should think about their parents. Are you gonna go see them?
They're dead.
They're dead. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, anyway, you got a lot of stuff to do tonight, don't you?
Yeah.
Huh? It's like, well, you know what Santa does tonight. Where it's like, well, for Billy, he's like, well, Santa Claus punishes people.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, God.
I'm gonna go sing your trauma dump song real quick.
He's literally the Santa Claus from Futurama.
Yeah, he is.
And the the manager he literally has that, the starter gun that pops off in the air. Okay, let's race. Let's do this. Literally, he sent him off to the races.
Yep.
And as you can tell, literally the next bit after the singing is this, and you see the difference of the resolution of what you're getting here and there. As Billy goes out and, goes a little bit crazy. I can't really show that.
Well, he goes after Andy, who kind of deserved it a little bit because, well, he was
being naughty.
The girl did say no at one point.
Emphatically no, multiple times. Pamela was not into it.
And as soon as everything starts, I want to make sure it's safe.
Yeah, you got to be sure because
it's safe. This is the safe part where it's again goes back to a little bit of a graininess. And this is what you mentioned this, that TriStar wanted to avoid having an X. This is probably why, because it is a grape scene of is basically
a forced hug scene.
Yes, a forced canoodling scene, and it's a bit much. You don't really. There's not a lot of nude. This chest areas, but not super serious for X. But they wanted to avoid any sort of MPAA dealings, I guess.
Any potential, they
were pretty nasty back in the day, so yeah.
Yeah.
And again, a testament to Billy's strength. He is one-arming, holding it.
One-arming, killing him with a string of and also
lights.
Those are the Christmas tree lights from back in the day where those would have actually just burnt the ever-living shit out of his face.
Yeah, those fuckers got hot.
Yeah, they got hot. But also, I only wish that they would have been. This happens later in the series because Amorata, have you seen any of the sequels of this series at all?
I have not. I was unaware there were sequels. Oh my god!
Oh, there are 5.
I'm gonna have to go look that up.
Mickey Rooney's in one of them.
Oh god, that's fantastic.
But there are a lot more like Christmas tree pun kills, and the only real one in this is the string of lights.
And the weird part is Mickey Rooney was actually interviewed excoriating the first film, and he was in the 4th or 5th?
The fifth, the toy maker. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
that's great.
Funny how things go around in Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, Pamela is also she has been naughty too, but
for some reason,
he stabs her with a box cutter.
Well, isn't that how his mother died?
It only would have made sense if he would have slit her throat.
Oh.
1 for 1 would have okay, tie back. That would have right. Like, why didn't you film it that way? The one thing though is Pamela's reaction is like, "Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy." This dude was trying to rape you.
Yeah.
I'd have been saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And
but no, also again, his catchphrase is the start of several of his killings is naughty.
Yeah, and it carries through the whole movie until the very end, where it comes all the way back around. Where I call it the gift was
passed
moved
on
over to the
on to the
next
passed
kid.
on because you know who that was, right?
Ricky.
That was Ricky. That was his little brother, and he's the killer in this sequel.
Obviously,
yeah.
I want to mention one thing: the fact that there were 4 bottles of liquor. Now there's 1, and it's almost empty, which means these people are fucking drunk.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. Of course, I don't remember the name of the lady, but
it was acceptable at the time.
She comes in to check the
Mrs. Randall.
What's going on? Mrs. Randall goes out to check in the back, and the store manager has the hammer with the claw side in his head, not the blunt side.
What?
Sandra's like, spoilers.
Spoilers. Yeah, I know. Oh, spoilers for Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, by the way. But see, also his interpretation of who he kills makes no sense, because with Pamela, it kind of made sense because it reminded, well, they were doing something that reminded him of when the two teenagers, they were caught fucking.
Yeah.
Basically, well, Mother Superior told them that they were naughty, so they had to be punished. But why did he kill Mr. Sims? Don't know. Why did he kill Mrs. Randall?
He disrespected his parents.
Because they were naughty, obviously.
No.
I do, however, love the fact that Mrs. Randall she puts the hat on a couple of boxes.
Yes! Oh my god! The scene is...
It was hilarious.
It was so like, I kind of almost wanted that the Chris Columbus like happy little jingle from Home Alone to start playing.
And the thing is, she stands right there behind the boxes, and all she does is push the boxes on him.
Oh my
and
god!
Runs away. It's like,
it's Billy is as coordinated as the original Ghostface. Well, also the Ghostface in several films, where it's like, oh my god, you are the clumsiest motherfucker. How did you kill somebody?
Mostly by accident.
Yeah.
However, she does have the state of mind to actually pick up the axe, so you won't be able to murder her with the axe.
Also, then he gets a bow and arrow, an actual bow and arrow in a toy store.
Well, 80s.
It was the 80s.
I mean, I had a bow and arrow.
It only would have been better if it were lawn darts. That it would buy, because they were in the stores in the 80s.
I mean, to be fair, he shoots at her. She has the face where you don't see you see the arrow in the back. But then you don't see it. And then, like I said, it switches over to this grainy kind of thing where you know, okay,
that was cut.
I get it why they cut it away, because they didn't want to, mess with the MPAA again. But I think that was the sort of the last thing that got cut. I think the rest of it kind of stayed.
Yep. Then we cut to the carolers with a different new version of Holiday that won't be a classic. No. Oh my god. That composer really needs to stop doing coke.
Yeah.
Or do more one at a time. One of the two.
One or two. I mean, he could break on through the other side of Amorata.
Okay.
Couple more rails, bud. You got this.
Okay. Question. The mom and the boyfriend, I think.
No, not the mom. That's the older sister. That's Denise and Tommy.
The older sister. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
That's why they were literally teenagers. She was babysitting for her younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was downstairs. The kid was upstairs. The vantage point was I can't show the downstairs.
Yeah.
But she was
she's
standing upstairs.
Above. Yeah.
Did she see?
No. So she's at the top of they're in the basement. So they're two
basement.
floors
Yeah.
removed, but she's talking loud enough for them to hear, which is weird because obviously, well, their doors are for shit with the way that Billy breaks down the opening. So obviously they're not soundproof. So maybe. But also, just as an aside, it has one line that I completely forgot that was in there that made me laugh out loud. Yes, it's a stupid, dumb joke, but it's so funny.
What?
When Denise is telling Cindy, you better go to bed or Santa won't come. And Santa said, he's not the only one. I was like, oh, 1980s.
Yeah.
And of course, because Billy's so strong, he picks her up, and then he sees the deer's head.
Another side note: when he breaks down the door and throws the axe, that they just shot that.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, him throwing the axe at Lena Quigley. Yeah, they just shot it.
Wow.
Well, that's low budget for you.
Yeah.
That's low budget for it. Oh, I can't show that. Oh, by
Well,
the way,
you might want to make it in the big time, sis. Take your top off and have an axe thrown at you.
yeah. So the one thing I didn't get is this is Utah on Christmas Eve.
Mhm.
She's opening the door naked, wearing her fucking Daisy Dukes.
Mm-hmm.
And again, also,
Huh?
Beth, another
Okay.
reason why I include this one, another evil cat.
Oh my God. You
Yes.
are evil. You are an evil, evil man. That's what
2 in a row. Let's go.
So
Yeah. And by the way,
I live in Montana, and I'm going to tell you right now, in the middle of winter, -20 out, the dog's outside. I don't want to run all the way upstairs, put on pants, run back down the stairs, open the back door. I will let my legs freeze while I yell at that animal.
but not your top. You will at least have a t-shirt on.
Silence speaks
Well,
volumes.
yeah, sometimes.
Kidding.
I'm blown away. Not literally, figuratively.
I mean, as long as no one can see me, what's the matter? I'm
No,
just
I
cold
think
for a little bit.
See, the
I
one.
get it.
And
You
also,
live-
again,
I get that you don't. I imagine that you don't live in a city.
I
You
do.
live a little bit far away from the
No.
city, or at least in a
neighbors.
place where it's not overpopulated.
I just have a 6-foot fence.
Fine.
Oh, privacy. Well, but also too. To be fair,
I will leave this
again-
particular conversation alone. Okay.
no, it's nearly the middle of the night on Christmas Eve. No one's going to be out there. And Denise, this
I
girl is
don't-
also very uninhibited.
You
So she's just like
understand. Look,
the cat.
that is not the line of thinking where I was going. It's not the fact that she is naked and people can see. It's the fact that she's naked and her nipples can be rubbed off from the cold.
What is she rubbing them against?
I don't know.
It's cold.
Yes, it is. But you
Yeah, I
close the
know,
door
but
and you're
the
warm
cold-
again.
Cold wind is not sandpaper, buddy.
I'm done with this conversation. I'm so done with this conversation. You have no idea what I have to live with. If there's a little bit of rain, Meph, go upstairs, make sure the drain isn't clogged. It's like, why can't you do it? Because my nipples will fall off. That is the actual answer.
I have never used or heard that excuse in my entire life.
Well,
Is this a Mrs. Meth thing? Because it
It
sounds like a
it's
Mrs. Meth thing.
Meth thing.
it is a Mrs. Meth thing. It is a Mrs. Meth thing. Thank God she only listens to this at work 3 days later.
My nipples have never been an excuse for anything.
We're done. We're done with this nipple conversation.
Well, so
Done.
no, don't worry. After this, I'm going to send her a message on WhatsApp. It's like, so we had a conversation about your nipples.
We're done with this conversation. You know what we're done with? We're done because we're doing the next game. Such a palate cleanser.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my God. Oh.
Here's the
Screen
rails.
Fighters
Here's
where-
where we are.
Screen Fighter is where we take 2 movies, put them together, and see if I can mute both of you. And see which one is the best one. If there's no discernible difference between the two, both of them are good or both of them are bad, or one of them will make my head fall off. 2 movies in a vacuum. Which one will we pop in? Gremlins, a Christmas movie, and Pleasantville. Has nothing to do with Christmas,
Yep,
but a really
but
good movie.
I
Take
would
your
watch
pick, guys.
Gremlins over
No, it still
Pleasantville.
had to be Gremlins, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We're not going to even ask the audience, right? We're just going to go for it. All right. No,
I-
'cause
so
I
you
haven't seen it.
Ooh.
Mm.
White House Down and the Blair Witch Project.
I'd watch the Blair Witch Project.
Just because?
I don't really like White House Down.
All right. Feelings?
You know, I would too, as long as I could fast forward through the snot nose scene, I'm fine with Blair Witch.
That's what causes it. The snot nose scene.
It's just annoyingly. It's a long shot that was really good at its time, but watch it more than once, you're like, just die
Now that you
already.
see so many other people crying into cameras all the time, it's lost its originality.
Especially people on Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with White House Down just because I just detest the Blair Witch Project so much. And the chat is with me, so no. I'm gonna go with you guys' pick. Bohemian Rhapsody or The Breakfast Club?
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Blah, blah, blah. John Hughes.
Yeah, don't you forget about me.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything Everywhere All at Once or Men in Black?
I got a feeling that Meph and I are gonna have a fight with some people here very soon.
Amorata is the guest, so she starts.
I've never actually watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I'd be watching Men in Black.
Okay, no, okay. We don't have to fight with our guest. People love that film so much, and I thought it was absolute dog shit.
Are you insane? I told you I hated that movie so much.
No, I was saying that you and I are gonna have to fight with the audience because
he was worried that you were gonna have to argue with me.
The audience is almost unanimously MIB.
Okay, yeah, Men in Black, yeah, obviously, but yeah, that movie was bad.
Wreck-It Ralph. It's not even fair.
Why did you even have that? Yeah, that's not even a conversation.
It's so random. So Flipper with Paul Hogan.
Oh my god.
And A Good Night and Good Luck.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I've ever seen either of these.
All right, we'll do this. I have seen them. Flipper is
awful.
Is one of the most generic movies you'll ever see.
It's like they tried to do Free Willy, but in a bad way.
Really bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the TV show, but in Jurassic Park 3. I hate Juno.
Oh.
Feelings?
I actually like Juno.
Me too. One of the only movies I can stand Michael Cera because he's not a lot in it. It's
and I didn't think that Ellen Page, well, now Elliot Page,
Page. She was Ellen Page at the time.
Well, she wasn't completely insufferable yet.
No, and
that's before her transition into Elliot, and now she's Elliot. He's even worse.
Yeah. And J.K. Simmons does a great job in it as the dad. Right.
I'm sorry. Is there anything that J.K. Simmons has been in that he's actually been bad in?
Dude, watch Juror Number 2.
He's
not bad. No. He is not bad in
it. But still, J.K. Simmons is in it. But still, I can't think of a role that J.K. Simmons has been in that he's actually been bad in.
I'll find one. About Time or Men of Honor?
Oh, you love that movie.
I've honestly never watched either again.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll pick because
one of them looks like a romance movie, and I'm just like, no.
Is.
I would probably watch Men of Honor then.
One of them is a time traveling movie.
Yeah.
And one is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s half a biopic. I'm not even joking. Feelings? Pick one.
I'm just gonna have to give this one to you because we missed actually doing a recording of it about time.
Yeah. Well, Men of the audience says Men of Honor, but who cares? I'm just joking, guys. Don't kill me. I'll put. You know what? I'll put Men of Honor because it is unanimously the chat. Okay.
Yeah. Well, except for the one person who said neither.
Sort of. It's a Great
Oh.
Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, or Wall Street.
Well, now this heavily depends on what time of year it is, because if it's Halloween, I'm watching the Great Pumpkin. Who am I kidding? Any time of year, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Okay. Feelings?
Wall Street. You know I love that movie.
Greed for lack of a better word, is
good. Yeah.
Oof. I have
That
not
was
seen-
no, because that one, you already know what you're gonna go for. So
It's not fair.
that's
No, it's
It's
Not even a-
fair. I haven't seen Quest for Camelot.
bad.
Quest for Camelot wasn't that bad.
All right.
Ugh.
This is the last one. Because we can be here all day.
Yeah.
Like Captain America.
Uh,
Snow
Yeah.
White
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Huntsman or 21
it.
grams.
I'll go 21 grams.
All right.
I have to go with 21 grams. Why? Why did they try to make Kirsten Stewart a thing?
She was so terrible.
What you don't understand is there is a sequel to this.
Oh, no,
I know. Oh, I know. I'm
that
aware.
has nothing to do
Do with the original. Nothing.
That has nothing to do with Kristen Stewart
I
or
know.
the story of Snow White.
Nope.
Yep.
And it's terrible.
So was the first one. So who's
Yeah.
surprised?
It's 21 grams. It's not really a.
Oh, also, if you pull that one back up there, I know you haven't seen it yet, Meph, but
What, just-
voices.
Oh, that's
want to
good.
if you want to see Ryan Reynolds in a movie that's starring Ryan Reynolds where he doesn't play Ryan Reynolds, see the voices. It's fantastic.
It's
Is he the-
hilarious.
Is he the dog?
No,
No, he's the
Okay.
he's the person.
he is the
but-
person.
He does do some of the voices of some of the animals, not all
Yeah.
of them, but
Does he have like a niece or daughter that he cares for in that movie?
No.
Okay. Because there's a movie, I forgot its name, where it's like his niece or his daughter or something, and she's the one that helps him recover and find love and whatever.
no, it's definitely not that movie.
No, definitely not that.
Okay. It's on the list. Right.
Griffin, haha, haha, haha. Get it? 21 grams had no weight to
No
it.
wait. to
Ah.
it. Thank you, Griffin. Thank you. Wait, I got it.
There you go.
Nice.
You got it. You got it.
Room
You,
shot?
you also have it on the board as well. Okay, let's go. Lena Quigley's character.
So
Yes.
back to Mrs. Smith's nipples.
Shut up.
Gotcha. So Denise gets impaled on the antlers.
On the
Which-
antlers, and her boyfriend is downstairs playing pool while all that commotion is going on. And he gets into, we'll call it a scuffle, where he is being thrown out of a window,
No.
and for
it's-
some reason, a shard of glass is stuck to his stomach.
It impales him in the stomach and also in the face, where it's like, what?
Where'd that glass
Yeah.
come from?
How?
But then, of course, the sister wakes up
It's Cindy.
and has the most creepy encounter with Billy, and is like, "Have you been naughty or nice?" And the girl is like, "I've been nice
And-
all year." And it's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah. What'd you bring me as a present?" And he gives her the bloody
box cutter.
box cutter, and I was
It's
like,
like,
"Oh my god!"
Fuck did you give me?
And this is my mind went before the ending happens. My mind went into, oh, that's the girl from the sequel. That's her trauma.
No.
Because he's dishing out traumas left and right here. So
All over the
Also,
place.
fun bit. Do you know why her name is Cindy?
no.
Because of how the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep.
Cindy Lou Who.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Moving on. So there's an APB out for a Santa who's gone crazy because
We gotta go
basically-
out on patrol looking for Santa Claus. What if we bring back the real one? Thank you, 80s dialogue.
and they see Santa climbing up the window. It's very suspect on Christmas Eve.
What an odd thing for Santa to do on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and they fly
He's not
in.
going down a chimney. This doesn't crack.
and they bust through the front door, and the wife was like, "What is going? Who are you,
Like,
Get
Daddy,
out."
Daddy.
Oh man, the thing is, they would probably shoot him before she would have said "Daddy."
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because, right? Just because. Because the other cop shot the fucking priest without even looking at his face.
Well, the father, because he couldn't stop because he was deaf. Oh, we're gonna get to that in a minute because it's like wow, okay.
So the two bullies come in, steal the sleds from these two guys that they don't look dorky, but they kind of sound dorky, I guess.
That was enough in the 80s.
Yeah. And Billy kind of watches this whole ordeal happening. So why not decapitate one? Because
Sounds perfect.
I can't really show it. Oh, there we go. That's a great shot.
It's
because
the baseball swing as he comes down. Just whack.
No. The fact that in this particular shot, he's already decapitated, but he's in the
the
big
headless
tree's
body
shadow.
coming down. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like right in the middle. And then it kind of reveals the body, and then the head kind of rolls through, and the dude is screaming like a girl.
That also,
what I thought.
From what it's showing, this it's somewhere, as you know, Amorata. This is still, it's Utah. It's Utah in the middle of winter, so it doesn't actually get light outside for at least another good 6 to 7 hours.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
That shot was also cut, by the way, because you can tell it's grainy, by the way.
But the grip. Hit the button. Hit the button.
Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Do you want me to press the button again?
Hit the button.
You got it. You
bought it for a reason. Hit the button.
Yeah.
But the transition from that to Sister Margaret at the police station when it's clearly light outside, which means it's been multiple hours since the bullies were killed, at least.
Yeah, at least. And I think it's the director's way of showing us the passage of time, I guess. But it really doesn't fit.
Where was Billy the entire time?
Walking towards the school, I guess.
Like going to the orphanage? Yeah.
Yes.
But also, he could have made it to the orphanage already?
You don't know the scope of the distance.
Well, but also how did Billy get to and from work? Huh? Hey, I could pick.
No. The question is, why does the morning patrolman just now getting the order of the shoot to kill thing? Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
They would have gotten it in the evening, maybe, because they already know he's dangerous, and they already know.
Wow, it would have been really, really fucked up if they had a Santa run like they do in some cities.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
they said shoot to kill. Gotta take them all out.
Yeah. And that whole point of the one of the kids leaving the phone off the hook, and
because she's playing with her dolly,
yeah, and the is it a detective or lieutenant or whatever is like, okay, it's busy, so it's probably okay.
Captain Richards,
busy all the time. But they do head that way, and of course, that shot of, when I saw this point, I was like, yeah, that's definitely not Billy. Not because they're trying to subvert us. It is the fact that because he has the beard all the way up, it's supposed to subvert our expectation. But we already know Billy's murdering people with the beard down. So there's no way he would have been thinking about, oh, I'm going to hide myself now because I know the cops are not after me. Right? So it was an obvious misdirection. So I knew it's not him. But again, maybe I'm a little bit more experienced. I guess we're more experienced. And the cop was shooting Santa where from his vantage point, there are at least 10, 12 kids behind Santa, and he's 30 yards away. That's a bad cop.
Mm.
And he deserved to die.
Ever heard of a concept of a stray bullet before?
Yeah, not the best cop, and like I said, he deserved to die just because of that. But whatever. I know it's a little bit nitpicky. I just found it a little bit funny.
Yes, and also the most stereotypical name for the priest too, who plays the Santa.
Father McPhee?
O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien.
Yeah.
Well, it's Irish Catholic.
Yeah.
In Utah.
Yeah.
Hey, the Mormons went places, so did the Catholics.
Not saying nothing. I would expect if it's not Mormon, it's Protestant, not Catholic. But okay.
There's Catholics out there.
Yeah,
I guess there's Jews in Utah, so
there's Catholics everywhere.
Well, they're not allowed.
For some odd reason, I don't know why that sounds like a setup for a punchline. The way that you said that,
thinking about the meaning. I was thinking about the meaning of life, and they're not allowed to have condoms.
Yeah. Yep.
I love that movie.
I love the cop was like, oh, well, I'm sorry I shot Father O'Brien. It's not like he's the leader of the parish or something.
Yeah.
It's so nonchalant.
I know. Because most superior is like, it's like, dude, well, it's Officer Barnes is like, well, my bad. I mean, I killed a man. Oops.
Oops.
Another day at work. And Mother Superior is just like, the only thing you brought here was trouble. I'm like, I don't know. You've been literally just brutalizing the children in this orphanage. So who is the bigger monster here?
No,
really?
They deserve punishment. You don't understand. They're naughty.
Every time we say that, all I can think is Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And of course, because Billy is on the loose, they're standing right near the entrance. They're all in like Kumbaya, let's sing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Right in the front door. Perfect. So literally, they do have a storyline excuse for them not having too many cops there because everybody's out looking for
Billy, yeah.
Right? So the cop that shot Father O'Brien in front of the kids, traumatizing them, is the guy doing the patrols, keeping them safe. Perfect.
It's the truth.
Oh my God. So he goes down, he sees
kids, don't say ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. He goes down, sees this door, again, misdirecting us because you would expect Billy to be downstairs. He's not. He's upstairs. When the cup goes up, he gets
again, the perfect naughty and axe right in the chest.
Yeah. And he gets a chest full of axe just, for funsies.
And then after that, you get to see the shot of Billy walking toward the snowman with a bloody axe, and then he just chops the head off the snowman and just
I want to get to that shot, but there we go. And it had a scarf and everything.
Yep.
Damn it. And who lets Billy in if not? It's not Ricky, right? It's a different kid that lets him in.
No, I think I forgot his name.
It's a different kid. Because Ricky is, if you see him, he's happy right there with the
He's the
black
tall
blue
one,
sweater.
front and center.
Yeah, the taller one.
next to the lamp,
Yeah.
One with a big smile on his face.
Yeah. And of course, Mother Superior is there.
And also, you could tell why Ricky's happy, right?
Yeah, because his brother.
Brother, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get to the final girl question. I know everybody was waiting for it. And my answer is Mother Superior is the final girl. Because A, she is a girl of sorts.
Yes.
She is supposedly a virgin because she's a
Supposedly.
nun, even though some nuns aren't. And even though she did bad things, it had a perfectly logical excuse why she did them.
Ah, see? Now I think you are completely wrong.
Okay, let me know.
Do you know who the
is
final girl is? Sister Margaret.
Sister Margaret. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was a bit.
It's Sister Margaret. It has to be Sister Margaret. Well, because later in the series, later on in the film series, the Mother Superior is brutally murdered.
I will say, ironically, that has absolutely nothing to do with the book I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the book I'm talking about, in that book, the part where we were talking about the people in the house, and he picks up the one sister and impales her on the
The
horns,
Yeah.
the antlers. That girl in the book actually lives
Yeah.
and goes on to go through the whole thing throughout the book.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's obviously this book is an homage to many different horror movies,
Yeah.
but I hadn't identified this one because I hadn't watched the movie. But
Oh.
this one, I mean, that for me, that was pretty cool. I was seeing that part and I'm like, hey, that reminds me of, and so to see it so closely translated was really cool.
The Mother Superior was the dope dealer in Train Spotting?
Really?
I don't think so.
Might have been.
She's pretty old in this movie. Train Spotting was 10 years later.
Was that 98? So it's 14 years later.
I think so.
I don't know. There were some people back in the 80s that seemed like they were fucking ancient, but they were still not that ancient in the 90s.
I will.
Like Angela Lansbury.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
I'm gonna check it out. Sandra. No problem. If you're saying that, you're probably correct. Even though this is like local Utah and Train Spotting is very local Scottish, so
Maybe she was on vacation.
I have no idea. I will check it out.
Hey, I saw you in Silent Night, Deadly Night. Do you want to be in our movie about heroin?
I know you can act. I watched it.
And
can you just do me one favor? Say punishment one time for me, real quick.
And like I did mention it before, the fact that the sort of the psychotic gift was passed on.
But also with the way that when Billy's dying before this shot, it's almost as if his rationality is the fact that he was taking over as Santa and doing these things. He's telling the kids as he dies, they're safe now because Santa Claus is dead. So he's trying to alleviate the trauma that he caused because he was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So Santa Claus won't come after them anymore. But then we have Ricky's like, naughty.
Dude, in a span of 20 minutes, they saw 2 Santas getting murdered in front of their face.
That's true.
2 of them shot in the back.
Well, that and also one of them they knew because Billy still lived at the orphanage.
Yep.
They
And his brother was right there.
Yeah.
Didn't they know Father O'Brien?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, but how well they knew him might have been a little different.
Well,
know?
Okay.
but I mean, in retrospect, they're going to realize that they're going to hear about how Billy killed multiple people all over the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Ironically, I think in the book the killer's name was Ricky, so I feel like in the book I keep talking about, they lifted that part and kind of used it to carry it forward. That's interesting.
It was because in the Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, Ricky is the murderer. Yeah, I pass it. He passes it forward.
Well, I know the book's not the same universe, but yeah, I'm just referencing that.
And the whole point is the final thing that is said in the movie is him saying naughty.
Naughty.
And it kind of
Yeah.
ends with the credits, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, because that was the 80s. I mean, like when
Mhm.
they made a new horror film, they always set up a sequel.
Yeah, because they were going to do it.
Yeah,
They
inevitably
made any money.
they were going to. In fact, but it actually took them 3 years to make a sequel to this because of
Wow.
all the controversy around it. But all the VHS sales made that money.
Gotta get that money. All right, cool. That kind of brings us to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Even though All My Feelings is like, I'm not sure if you would like this, I did enjoy the movie for what it was.
Glad.
It's not a 10.
Oh no,
It's not even a 7. It's a solid 6. You know, you get some slasher moments. You get some nudity. I like that a little bit. Tasteful, not crazy.
Meth is all about nipples these days,
I'm
folks.
all about the nipples. All about it. Damn. That's going to carry me.
I mean, after hearing his wife, what his wife says to him all the time, can you blame
It's
him? I
going to
mean,
be
Yeah.
at least 4 episodes down the line of craziness with nipples. And I'm going to hear about it tomorrow around noon-ish. But yeah, thank you, Kalikioki. You're clipping that. Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Perfect.
Thank you. I will have to, of course, show it to my wife because I don't hide anything. And of course, I will get that.
to be
over
fair,
the
it's on the
back
internet.
end.
It's not like it'd be
It's on-
effective
yeah,
hiding
of course.
anyway.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Amorata, what do you have going on now?
Currently, I am doing my best to release at least one video 6 days a week. Some weeks it's 5 days a week, just because life. And that's on my Abysmal Critic channel. And I also stream every Thursday night. Well, most Thursday nights. I can't say every. It's the holiday season. Things happen, and I have to not stream for various reasons. But I am doing that on Thursdays over there. And right now on my HorrorAmorata channel, there's not too much streaming going on. Things have been a little weird for what I normally do over there, but I'm trying to get back to that here shortly. But yeah, that's basically what I got going.
And yeah, all right. I wanted to mention something else, but we'll keep it private. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean the getting married thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! All right.
My boyfriend is now my
Congratulations.
fiance. He proposed this last Wednesday, and yeah, we're
Also,
really.
well, does he still do? Does he still share his artwork and stuff?
Yeah, he'll be getting into more of that. I'm gonna let him do that as he's ready to announce
He's always secretive about his work.
Well, he's a very
he wants
talented
to-
individual, and it
Oh,
was
except for
wants
his
to talk-
Fandemonium, he is working on that. The prequel chapter is on his locals. That's fandemonium.locals.com. If you want to give him a check out on that, it's free to look at. And yes, as Al My Feelings says, he is a very good artist, and I can't wait for people to see what he's been working on.
All right. We're gonna have him back. We just need to find a movie for him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Give him the list. I'm sure he can.
I know. All right. That's kind of it from us. I didn't want to do a full summary because we kind of said everything.
It's very simple. Again, real quick wrap up. If you watch it, you'll see where a lot of tropes come from. It's kind of one of the quintessential horror films for around Christmas time for this particular reason. And give it a watch sometime.
It is worth a watch, and like you said, it's on YouTube. The 85-minute version.
The 85, the full Blu-ray version for free. It's on YouTube right now.
Wow.
Cool. Awesome. Probably age restricted because
I would assume so, but
I don't think anyone in this particular audience has any issue with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Next week we will cover Better Watch Out from 2018 or 16?
I think it's 16.
16.
It's a new modern kind of thriller horror. Very unique twist on the genre. Amorata, if you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be my first time watch as well. So we will redirect you to Pop Culture Minefield. And remember, guys, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. We'll see you next.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.